Run.
So today we're doing a review on the FCR39 flat slide carb. I'm going to go ahead and install it. So here's the deal. Everybody says this kit will, the bike will start on the first try. So let's put that to test. We're going to go ahead and put the carburetor on prime. Bowl's empty now, so we're going to prime it up. I'm going to pull out the choke here. Alright, so with any luck, I should be able to press that starter button and this thing should fire. And just so y'all know, it hadn't been run already. Look, this engine is dead cold, right? So, proof's in the pudding. Here goes nothing. Wow. No shit. That's fantastic. It did fire on the first try. But I gotta finish up some things. I gotta cut these off, but we're gonna go ahead and take care of that and then go for a ride. So let's idle's a little high. Okay, so we should be able to, yep, okay. There it is. So we'll tune it a little bit more. Of course we gotta tune it, but there she goes. Let's fucking rock. Whoa, hey now, hey now. Alright, so it's ridiculous. The throttle response is instant, even with that little bog. It's not 100% tuned. I need to adjust the EMD needle, and I also need to adjust the fuel screw. But look at this. That was second gear. One more time. No clutch, dude. It's ridiculous. I would pick the coldest, fucking windiest day to do this. Okay, so even with it not tuned 100%, it's still a fucking monster. Would I buy it again? Absolutely. So I gotta thank those guys at KeyHineFCR.com. I got mine, 500 bucks shipped to my door, bolted right on, started right up. Let's go hit up some off-road spot real quick so I can see how much power is available. Alright, our favorite little off-road spot. Let's see how she does here. Got some power, that's for sure. Kick the rear end out, and it's getting pretty dry. It's not as gnarly as it was the other day, so it's got some power. Definitely got a different sound to her. Give it a good speed test. Damn. Wow. When I got it, it was nice and neatly packaged, of course, and it did come with everything bolt on. Couple things. You can use your stock cables. And also, it does come with a vacuum nipple for the gas tank, so you can run the vacuum on it. And I'm running on prime right now, just trying to see something, but apparently that has no effect. It definitely has more power, and I'm not just saying that. It definitely has more power. Wow, that's intense. It's pretty cool. If I could, sum it up, it's like an explosion. All right, so this is going to be a continuation video of the video I just did. So anyways, I actually had quite a few things going on. I had a lean rich condition, and it was driving me freaking insane. Well, the lean conditions were the throttle pull choke, the screw was loose, causing an air leak, and also the used intake boot that they sent with the carb, the clamp had a stop on it and it wasn't clamping tight enough, causing an air leak. Once I had that figured out, I started playing around with the idle. Once I had that figured out, I started playing around with the idle screw. I ended up at 2 1/8 turn out So their initial 2 turns setting was pretty damn close. But then when I went wide open, I was having another issue. I was having a lean rich condition under wide open throttle. And I had to figure it out. How do you figure out a lean rich condition? Jesus, this thing's a monster. So anyways, lean rich. How the fuck do you figure that out? Well, my lean condition, I figured I was running out of fuel, because it acted as if anybody has one of these bikes and the bike is starting to run out of gas, that I guess bog choke like miss that it gives you, and you switch it over to reserve and it clears up. It was doing exactly that, only after a long pull. What does that tell me? The vacuum off the tank, it was not flowing enough fuel. So I have a 160 main, and I guess I was draining the bowl on that wide open throttle. So I disconnected that, put the tank on, I'm keeping it on prime now, so I've got plenty of fuel flow. I'm just turning it off by putting it on, if that makes any sense, from prime to on. Then I still had a rich condition. Well, what did that end up being? If you notice, I don't have a side cover. This is how I figured out the rich condition. I took the side cover off and went for a blast wide open throttle. Fueled perfectly, much more power than initially in that first video. Real quick, I'm going to cut to another video that I had already pre-recorded here. It's a 0 to 60 run, and I'm going to compare the old BSR36 carb to the new one. There you go. Pretty fucking sweet, huh? It's ridiculous. Look at that. So, is it worth it? Holy shit, yes. This bike is a completely different bike. Now, I do have another problem. You can't ride around with your fucking cover off, right? So, I now have to design a air filter, I guess a box or enclosure for the air filter that will allow it to breathe like it should, and also protect it from water, because as you've seen, I go through like ridiculous amount of water. Jesus, as you can see just from me riding right now, it's so fucking different. Jesus. You actually have to be careful going wide open. See? It brings the front up with shitty tires like nobody's business. When I started this video the other day, this is a 2-day event here. When I started the video the other day, I hadn't already had this thing, I hadn't adjusted the fuel screw like I was supposed to. I adjusted the idle from the idle screw. Or the idle screw. Which, you're not really supposed to set the idle that way. You're supposed to adjust the fuel screw and then set the idle. So with that being said, I have some updates for you. We are doing a ORV park trip. If any of y'all don't know what an ORV park is, so it's like a campground, right? And then you're allowed to ride your dirt bikes and four-wheelers in that campground. And the campground is surrounded by miles and miles of trail. And this particular one is 30 some odd miles of trail. 6 to 8 different trails at different skill level rating. And Twisted Tank is coming with me, and we also might have a guest star appearance. If he's able to make it, y'all are gonna fucking love this guy. I guess as always, stay sexy. I will catch y'all later. Peace.